Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday webinar. My name is Katie. I'm from olalschools.com. A very warm welcome to our new viewers. Over to our guest to introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. It's Kerry from OptimumSA. Thank you for joining us on webinar Wednesday. So, what's the topic for today, my dear?
Kerry, so today we are going to be discussing tackling practical assessments and tasks.
Yes, well, it's for short, it's called P.A.T, which is the practical assessment tasks. And everybody must be like, oh gosh, what's this? It's an assessment task like we spoke about last week with different formal assessments, but the magic word here is practical. So when it comes to practicals with schoolwork, it is 9 times out of 10 where you have to make a particular project or you have to do a specific experiment, like our little grade 4s have to do growing a bean. In grade 5, the learners have to grow a cutting of a specific flower and a cutting of another plant. So it's a very hands-on project that gets handed in at the end of that particular term. For our grade 7, 8, and 9s, the biggest P.A.T that they have, well, it's called mini, but it's not so mini. It's in technology, where this project literally takes about 2 to 3, 4 weeks of the term. So they learn a little bit of content in the beginning of the term for about 3, 4 weeks. And then the remainder of the term, they work on this project. So some of our learners have to build a bridge. Some of our learners have to design a cell phone tower. Some of our learners they learn about the, what is it called? The jaws of life with the hydraulic system. So they have to design a system like that. And it's all in preparation for a specific subject that they have to choose in grade 10. For creative arts, our learners complete music and they complete the visual art section. So the practical assessment task for visual art will be the art piece that they have to draw, and what they have to do reflection, and they have to do planning of this art piece before they actually draw the art piece. And it's all in preparation for getting them used to these big projects for grade 10. Because in grades 10, 11, and 12, subjects like consumer studies and hospitality, they've got this big 3-course cooking assignment that they have to do in a term. So it's a very hands-on, it's a practical project. That's why it's called a P.A.T, or practical assessment task. Makes sense?
100%. And also, I know you just mentioned now about like the difference, like the grade 4s and 9s and stuff. You'll get those 1 or 2 moms or students that ask, how is it marked? Is it possible for you to explain a little bit of that to us?
Yes, when they get this specific, let's do grade 7, 8, and 9, because it's very much it's a lot simpler. But every single practical assessment task, when they're giving the learner the instruction of what to do, okay, they literally give you almost a checklist so that you make sure that you've covered absolutely everything. And at the end of the instruction, a lot of the practical assessment tasks provides the parent and the learner with the rubric that the teacher would use to mark, so that the learner can make doubly sure that they've covered absolutely everything in that project. You see, so the learner literally sees, okay, for my research and my design process for a bridge, I have to research different types of bridges. I have to draw different types of bridges, and then I must choose one that I will build, and then give reasons for why they're going to build that particular one. So in that rubric, it will say design process, research, 3 drawings, and which one you've chosen, so that the parent can make sure that the learner has literally crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's to make sure that they get the best marks that they possibly can. So the learner is not flying in this task blind at all. They can see exactly what they're going to be marked on so that they can make sure that they get those marks, because some of them are as easy as 3 marks for bibliography, and that's literally just listing all the places where you got your research from. It's 3 simple, easy marks, but if you didn't go through that rubric, you wouldn't see that, and then you would lose it. So very important, like we've mentioned before, read through everything thoroughly so that you understand what is expected of you.
Well, talking about for example now, I did this little assignment myself about the grade 9 bridges. Okay, I did a normal wooden walk bridge that you'll find in a park.
Okay.
Because I'm not too steady on the metal and welding machines and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it takes planning, it takes time. It's our kids, our students, it's not something that you can do
in 1
2
day
days and expect it to look like a masterpiece, because it's not going to work. You got to have a plan, you got to have a vision, and you just got to have it all together, because if you don't, you'll end up handing in something looking like this.
Oh golly, yes, there we go, thrown together. There's a 3 out of 10.
That is because it is rushed and it was not planned, and it's just not something that I would know how to exactly mark. And
yes,
you can use the simple things, Kerry, that I don't know if you can help me here with this one. Like, I use tape and ice cream sticks for this one, because I ran over my glue gun sticks. Then here's one that I took a little bit of TLC on, and I got it right.
Yes.
And it's quite sturdy, and it's held together majority of our tape, and a little bit of glue gun stick. So it all takes time and a plan. Planning a project, especially something that is, if I'm not mistaken, Kerry, these type of assessments do count a lot for their
yes, for technology, for example, throughout the whole year, for term 1, term 2, and term 3, that particular project consists of 70% of the term's mark. So that is a huge, yes, they do a term 1 test, yes, they do a term 3 test, and yes, a term 2 test, a term 2 exam, should I say, and a term 3 test. Those are literally converted to just be out of 30% of the term's mark. Whereas that mini P.A.T, it is a very, very important project. So the children got to pull out all the stops. So, 70% of that term's mark for that project is a lot hanging on that particular project. So for you to just go and rush it just for summer, is you have yes, there we go. You're gonna, if you do terribly in your mini P.A.T for technology, you've got to almost get 100% for your term test or exam to carry that, that subject for that term. So and a lot of people freak out when it comes to tests and exams, or they go on complete blocks, or they go on the fritz. Whereas your project, you've got it in front of you, you've got a whole term to work on it, and they're telling you exactly how they're going to mark it. What more do you want?
So it's literally right in front of you. So the minute you receive it, if you look at it and you decide, okay, if you have to build a tower, you put together a plan, you make a list of everything that you need, and you start working it on slowly. So everything that you'll be looking at getting marked on, you already have it. And if you're going to go to, for example, Google or YouTube, if you need to save the links,
write them down.
Maybe write the links down. keep it as your proof. So when you are submitting them, you have everything that you need.
Yes, no, definitely.
So they just start collecting the information the day you receive your practical assessments or tasks. And then it will be a breeze, and you just work a little bit on it each and every single day. And if you don't like something, then you still have time to take a piece out and add a new piece in, instead of breaking the whole thing down and then you're like, okay, I've got 48 hours to get this done.
No, you know, the even the art projects that's done for music and visual art, it's not all just one exercise. It's done over 7 parts, so, or 5 activities, and those all get put together to be out of 50, you see. So it is, yes, there's a lot of work involved, but it's easy marks, because you don't have to sit there and write a paragraph of, you know, not being able to look at your book. You've got your book with you. You've got whatever other resources you have. Put the best, you know, get your marks from your projects, especially for those subjects where it just carries the project mark and then a little bit for a test and exam mark. It's vitally important. And at the end of the day, if you do your projects properly and you've covered ticked all the boxes, you will get a good mark for it. And because you've covered that project thoroughly, when it comes to writing your essay and your test or your exam, because you covered that project so thoroughly, you will get almost 100% for that essay. I'm telling you now, because you've covered that project thoroughly. You see, because you've applied what you've learned in a project. So it's another way, a good way to remember your work. So don't cut corners. Us markers can tell when a project was only 10 minutes spent on it. You know, you can see when they just spend 1 hour on something, or, you know, the whole day on something. So don't think we can't tell.
So should we play a game and test Kerry's knowledge? How long do you think it's to say my bridge?
Which one? The 3 out of 10 one, or the pretty one?
Let's start with this one.
That one probably took you 15-20 minutes.
You could close, but had to re-stick everything because of the sticky tape gig.
That was technicality of your stationery.
Yeah, so the tape kept turning, and this one?
That one probably took you a good 45 minutes to an hour, painting all those sticks, sticking them all nicely together. It took you a lot more time.
Thank you. So what would I get out of 10?
You get an 8 to a 9 out of 10 there.
Oh, thank you. You see, because I took my time. And I also had a vision that I put together. How's that?
No, that one's good. It's very good. Well done.
So you see, guys, even if you put it on paper, at least you can, that when you're putting a project together, jot it down. Even if you sketch it and you're the only one that knows how to read it and understand it, as long as you know how to understand it, it does not matter. If somebody picks it up and looks at it like, what is that meant to be? That's okay. For you to understand, to make your project or assessment look like something, like a bridge or music or whatever you may be facing. As long as you understand what you're making, that's fine.
A pointer though, when you do drawings, make side notes and labels, just in case you forget which way's up and which one's down. Yeah, I did see on yours says roof.
Yeah, because I got I put my little roof on, and then I put like little circles. I don't know if you can see them, guys, like where I had to stick these here together to make sure that it stands with my roof.
Yeah, so next time, you know, if it's for a project, you make a line and you write there, using glue stick and going to paint these colors and that, so that whoever marks it can then understand your vision. And in the rubrics, you will read, drew through diagrams, provided labels, and gave a list of required tools and what's the other word? Tools and what's that? What the things that you need, man? Not equipment, materials. Materials. Yes. Okay. So project practicals, if you like, woohoo, there's not a lot of work to do this term, but you see practical assessment task, it is a major project. Put all you've got into it. So
viewers, you got that? Our learners and upcoming students and parents, you got it. Practical assessments can boost a major percentage in your marks. So take your time and make sure you have everything together, labeled, stamped, signed, and sealed, and send it off for marking. Or if you are joining online home education, your teachers are able to put it together and mark it and send it off to Kerry at OptimumSA. So we're going to wrap up and just thank you to our viewers, our parents and students. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. If you need any more help or assistance with anything, please, you may contact us at olalschools.com or get hold of Kerry at OptimumSA.
Yes.
Massive shout out for Wednesday. We're almost at the weekend, at the end of the week. We're halfway there. And thank you, Kerry, for a lovely webinar. And we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Yes, I do quickly want to add, sorry, Katie. The Department of Education has changed things where all the terms work for term 1, term 2, and term 3. And some subjects have tasks in term 4. That now carries 80% of the year's mark. So these projects and assessments and term 1 tests and 2 exams and term 3 tests are all vitally important. So put your heart and soul out onto those tasks, all right? Because the end of year exams literally they literally made them as a formality. So it only carries 20% of the year's mark. So these projects and everything that you're doing for grade 1 to 9, make sure that you do the best for it. And then for practical assessments, if you're doing home education, we cannot see the learners make the projects. So mommies and daddies love their cell phones to take photos. Take a photo of the children doing the task. Take a photo of
video clip.
Yes, so take a photo of the learner busy planning the task. Take a photo of the learner building the bridge. And then you take a photo of the final product so that we can see the learner has done what they've needed to. But yes, okay. So have a good week. What's left? And thank you again, Katie.
Sorry, there's just one more thing like with the photos. Even our students, if you want to, besides the ones that moms and dads are taking, as you're going through the I'll say 3 steps, beginning, middle, and then the final. Just snap 1, 2, 3 photos, and then it also helps you see how your project has or is improving. And yeah, that's just a tip from my side. Take one from all your materials that you have together, and then write a little note next to it. Say, okay, this is what my stuff is. This is what I'm going to be making. Then a halfway through piece that doesn't really look like much, but you can see the structure and then the complete task.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so, thank you again, Katie. Sorry for delaying the goodbye.
No problem at all. That's quite important for our mums and dads and students to know that is 80%. That's a major percentage of the year mark, not to mark year mark.
Yeah, no, with COVID hitting and Department of Education reevaluating everything and the requirements, they've now changed it to be 80% and then the year-end exams just 20% of the year's mark. So the tasks from a little essay to building a bridge, they're all important. Some a little bit carry a little bit more weight than others for that particular subject, but everything that is expected is equally important. So put your best in it, don't cut corners, and you'll do great. But yes, enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next
Enjoy the
week.
rest of the week. We'll see you next week, same time at 2:30. And
Yes.
any questions, comments, anything that you're unsure about, you can leave a comment below. Like I said earlier, get hold of us at olalschools.com or contact Kerry. We are here to help you guys. If there is anything that you guys would like to discuss or for Kerry and I to get into to help you understand something a little bit better, please leave a comment below and then we'll reach out to you as soon as possible. All right. So bye-bye for now, everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Bye, Kerry. Take care. Bye.
Bye.